Hi everyone, in this tutorial I will show you how to create simple animated prototype in Figma using MP4 file and generated images in MidJourney. Take a seat and let's start from creating assets for this project, and let's go to MidJourney. In MidJourney I use prompt like cubes, blockchain, minimal, clean look, cinematic lighting, hyper-realistic, etc. And MidJourney generated this cube and these nice images. And I decided why not, let's show blockchain like gems or good cool lighting stones. Then I create variation for image number 3, 1, 2, 3. Just press on this button and MidJourney gave me these final results. If we add -- video in prompt, we can get video of the creating process, but to do this we need to send envelope to this message in Discord. After that we will get video that we can easily download. You can try prompt by yourself, but for each person it will be different results. In my case I got these final images for stones, and same steps I do for cubes, and after a couple of variations I have my final results for cube. Link to download all my assets you will find in description. And now let's go to the project. In Figma I prepared text in order not to waste time on this. I have header, couple titles and text for other sections. Let's start from creating background for first screen. In Photoshop I use this image, copy, select spot healing brush tool and remove stone from background. Then we need to fix couple elements, then add Gaussian blur, maybe 90. Now we have our background, copy and paste to Figma, to this artboard. Let's raise size and place behind other layers. Now have these sharp edges that I don't like, and to fix it we can add rectangle, add linear gradient with same color as background, and for one side set opacity to 0. Let's move to right position on this background and now have nice smooth transition to background. Group this background and let's add next element. I like stone from this image. Usually I'm do this in Photoshop, but sometimes we can now isolate some layers in Figma and it's doesn't matter because we can export as PNG. First of all, let's select pen tool and create simple rectangle, add fill, place behind image, select this layer, right click, use as mask, and we have isolated stone. Then we can export as PNG and again paste in Figma like PNG file. I'm already do this, and now let's place in the middle of our first section. Same steps I did for other stones, and let's place these layers to first screen. This one go to the center, this stone to the right, maybe right here, copy and make it smaller, place to the left, then select all the stones, copy, paste, place behind layers, move down a little bit, and let's add effect, layer blur, and maybe 70. Move down, and let's change opacity for our background, maybe 50. Okay, now have our stones with nice glow behind. Now I group each of these stones with their shadow, and let's add our title, maybe right here. Then go in prototype tab on right panel, select in device custom size, and select 1440 and 750. Select artboard, add flow starting point, and it will be our home. Let's check what we have. Nice. And we have our first screen. Let's add lines. Select line tool, create one line and rotate -30. Let's select color from stone, copy, paste, and change color maybe for this one. Okay, group these lines, copy, paste, flip horizontally, and let's change position, maybe right here. Some of these lines goes under stone. Let's lock our background layer. You know, these lines, if we have blockchain solution, it means that we can show that our lines connect, our stone connect with these lines with other stones outside our artboard. Some lines go above our stone and someone behind this stone layer. Maybe place right here and change color, maybe this one, or maybe this one. Okay, okay, we have these lines. Let's move right here, maybe right here. Okay, I have my cube, but this cube doesn't match color with my other images. And now let's change it. I copy my layer with cube and let's isolate cube. Let's make it easiest way, copy. Now we have one isolated cube and background. For background, let's add hue saturation adjustment layer, hold Alt and click between layers, Now in settings, I select colorized and change setting for hue like 24 and saturation 44. Hold Alt and copy this layer for isolated cube. Okay, we have similar color but without depth. Let's add this image. Now hold Alt and click between layers for our cube. Maybe this is more visible. Now let's increase size, maybe like this, and change blending mode to lighten. Now let's move layer that how we like, and maybe right here. And now we have cool cube with light like other images. Now we have these dark edges on our cube. Let's select layer, select erase tool, and just erase this layer on edges like this. Cool. Now we can export as JPG and PNG file for our cube and background. I paste cube in Figma and let's create a couple of graphic elements for next text sections. And let's starting from, for example, from consulting. For consulting box, let's create ellipse. And copy paste. Let's change color. Make it smaller. Maybe like this. Select this layer. In right panel, select subtract. Now we have our shape. Let's use this cube placed above subtract layer. Select layers, use as mask, and place maybe in this position. Make it smaller and now maybe place right here. Okay, for documentation box, again let's use our box. Place cube under background. Select layers, use as mask, and we can increase size for more readability for this text. And let's move this layer maybe like this. Okay. For marketing and PR, let's create maybe star. In right panel, let's change a couple settings. Rotation, maybe corner. No. More like this. No. Oh. Nice shape. Maybe like this. Okay, now let's select our cube Select these two layers, use as mask. Let's resize. And we can play again with star. Maybe we can get more interesting result. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Okay, let's place maybe right here. And for future, let's add small cubes right here. This will be for next animation. Maybe we can do flying cubes. Okay, at this moment, yeah, it's okay. For design and development, I will use this image with box, copy these layers, place above this background, image cube. Now I want that this cube fly above box. Now select background, image, use as mask, select image and cube. Maybe now let's make it smaller. And okay, I like it. Okay, let's add one more rectangle because we have different colors. Let's select same color as this edge, and it will be darker. Okay, well, looks nice. Let's check. Maybe we even like this. It's more interesting. Okay, let's move text and change this box. Okay, nice. Now let's go to next section. If we have our lines on our first screen, it will be logical that we will have same lines on our page somewhere on next sections. Okay, for next section, let's use these lines and let's add background with corner radius 20, place behind. Let's change color. Yeah, let's lock lines layer. Select text, change colors, and for title, let's add background and copy same rectangle. Now we can change corner radius, hold Alt and change radius, or change in right panel like this. Now let's add maybe this image, use as mask. Let's increase size. Let's add background maybe like this. Okay, we have our lines. Let's move behind, copy, paste, flip horizontally, maybe place right here. Now we can use this cube. For example, place maybe here, and let's use these light lines. Line, copy, and place above this cube, maybe from middle. Let's group, copy, maybe flip horizontal, and place cube maybe right here, and change size. Okay. For next section I want to create coin logos in rectangles with mouse movement effect. I have these logos, and let's create rectangle. Maybe size maybe 180. Let's add radius 20. If we need to create a couple similar elements, better create with component. I create component for this rectangle, copy, and if I change my color for main component, it will be changed for copies. Okay, now let's place these rectangles behind our logos. Let's increase logos a little bit. Select scale. Let's see how it looks. Okay, and let's place our component rectangle behind each of these logos. Then align horizontal and vertical for each of these rectangles. Cool. Now let's add background to our section. I will use cube for background and rotate. Maybe something like this. Place behind and add a layer blur. Change opacity like this, and again let's add lines from our first screen. Maybe change opacity, and now let's place our logos on this screen, on this background. Some of them will be smaller. Let's lock background. I need to group every logos with a rectangle, and let's place maybe in these positions. Some of them let's scale and change size, place maybe like this, and this one will be smaller because they will be behind other layers. And okay, now let's add some glass effect. First of all, let's change color for our logos and select my logos. focus, group, and in right panel we have selection colors. Let's change gray to this yellow. Then go to my main component and change color to the same color as logo and add background blur. Now let's change positive for our fill, maybe 8, and add background blur, maybe 50. And let's add stroke, maybe darker. Let's try something like this. Okay, now let's check it's too much. Go into component and change blur, maybe 20 or 30. Okay, now we have our boxes with glass effect, and I want to try effect like, you know, movement, mouse movement. When you move mouse, this all logos will be, you know, move from side to side. Okay, now let's animate our project. And sponsor for this video, Mock Plus. It's a free and fast online prototyping tool that makes your ideas fly. We can turn static designs into clickable interactive prototypes with lifelike interactions and of course desktop preview. Mock Plus offers a huge collection of component and icon resources that help you quickly complete online design and save your time. The static component has its own interactive properties, which perfectly realizes more realistic animation and interaction. Components and icons classified separately, and you can quickly find the resources you need. And of course you can create your own component and icon resource library and quickly call it in future designs. Mock Plus supports sharing and viewing demos anytime, anywhere. One-click quick release to mockup for collaboration. Members of the team edit the same project at the same time, visualize the whole process of collaboration and complete the work efficiently. Mock Plus website provides hundreds of high-fidelity app web templates for free. You can view, save and edit anytime, anywhere, provide you with the best design inspiration. With Mock Plus free plan, you can create a website or mobile app prototype and collaborate with your team online for free. Check this tool, link will be in description. For first section, I planned add more action, some parallax effect for second section, maybe some small animations for these elements, maybe zoom effect for this image, and kind of mouse movement for logos sections. Okay, let's find some video. On Envato elements I found this cool lines animation that will good look for first screen. Referral link for registration on Envato elements and link to this video you will find in description. I download video and open in Photoshop. Let's open timeline window in Photoshop, ungroup in panel, and now I'm going to Figma and make screenshot for my first screen, going back to Photoshop and paste screenshot behind video. Change opacity for video. Now I'm rotate -30 Holding Ctrl, press on corner. Now drag this video, all time hold Ctrl and try to match lines on my project with lines in this video. Maybe like this. Okay, good. Now I can delete screenshot, change opacity for video, add black background with color from video, select video layer, add mask, select brush, and with black color and opacity maybe 50, just erase these edges. Now we will have smooth transition to background. And now we can export this video, go into File, Export, Render Video, select folder and press Render. Oh, 1 second, let's make it more darker. Let's add a level adjustment layer and move to the right this middle point, maybe like this. Okay, and now let's render. After rendering, I paste MP4 file, or you can convert to GIF file and paste in Figma. Then I place this video on my first screen behind all other layers, and let's make background more darker, maybe 25, yeah, and change blending mode for video to lighten. And now we will have nice line animation. Cool. And when we scroll down, this MP4 file or GIF file will play all the time. Cool. Now let's create Parallax. I duplicate my artboard, and this first artboard will be my static project, and from this one I will create animated version. Duplicate one more time, select first artboard, go to prototype tab and connect these two artboards. Let's rename to animation, and in settings let's set one on click, smart animate, easy in out and duration to 1000. Let's change size for artboards, hold Ctrl and move up. Now on second screen, second artboard, select all layers and move up, maybe right here. On first artboard, move text down, image down, and maybe rotate. Same do for this box, and select only background and cube, move down, and let's select this one, or maybe this one, and move down. For second screen, on right panel we will have clip content. If we uncheck, we will see all layers outside our board, and let's move these tones up with title, or maybe lines like this. Okay, then we can select this artboard and check one more time clip content. Now if we go to our preview, on left panel we will have our animation, and when I click we will have parallax effect. One more time. Nice. Now let's go to the next section. One more time, duplicate artboard. In prototype tab, connect artboards and change easy in out to slow and maybe 3000 for duration. And now let's select layers and move up right here, and on previous artboard let's maybe resize image from this box and move text down. This star, I don't like these cubes, and just delete on this artboard and on second one. Now we can maybe resize and rotate. Move down text a bit, like this. We can add one more flow starting point, maybe second, and now we have in preview animation and second artboard. Now when I click, we will have our animation for second section. For next section, I want to create zoom effect while we're hovering, and select this image, create component, add variant, then in prototype tab connect with settings while hovering, easy in out, and duration maybe 900. Wired up with first component with same settings, but change to after delay 0 second. Now when I hover on this component, we will see some animation on second one. And now let's select image in this second mask and just maybe zoom like this. Now we can create one more frame for testing animation, and just duplicate. Let's delete this layers. It's simple artboard, and let's add flow starting point, test. Now let's place artboard in this artboard, our component, and let's check how it works. When I'm hover, we will have this animation. Okay, let's change settings. While hovering, change to mouse enter, and when we go back it will be mouse leave. Let's see, test, mouse enter, and when mouse leave we will have zoom out. Now let's replace this component and place the same position as our old image, and we can delete old image. Now let's duplicate this artboard connect, select layers, move up. Now let's see how it looks. This parallax, go to next section, go to next section, and when I'm hover on this image, it will be zoom out, zoom in. Now I move couple layers. This one go maybe right here. This cube go to the right. Title down, and this background right here. And when we clip content, let's move these images and background from previous screen. And I forgot to let's increase duration, maybe 3000, and change easy now to slow. Now let's see full animation, what we have. 1, 2, then go out. Oh, slow and 3000. Okay, check 1 and go. And when we hover, we will have a zoom effect. Nice. Let's select this artboard and clip content in design tab. Now let's create this logo section. Copy this group with logos and let's place on our test artboard. Oops. The starboard like this. Okay, now let's move a little bit. Okay, we have 3 large rectangles. Let's group, name it large, a couple middle size, 2, 3, 4, group, it will be middle, and we have couple small rectangles, will be small. Small. Okay, move group outside artboard, create component, add variant, and like previous in prototype tab, let's connect these 2 components, and in this case it will be after delay 0, smart animate, and easy in out, maybe 600. Okay, now let's move our large boxes a little bit, then middle boxes on more distance, and small in same direction, and maybe distance more than middle. Okay, from second component go to the first one after delay 0, smart animate is in out, and duration 600. Now let's bring back component to test artboard, and we have this animation. Okay, now let's change timing, and maybe see we have this large box with with a little bit movement, middle movement, and these small ones, it's, you know, too quick. Maybe just move a little bit to the left, and let's change time for this direction, maybe 2000. Let's check. Too slowly. Okay, let's move one more time these boxes, and maybe change time to 1000. Now it's better. Okay, now let's change. When we go back, it will be, after delay, maybe 600. Now when we go from one section, it will be, you know, if I move mouse, it's like, you know, mouth movement, because, you know, I move this cursor and it's like, you know, all layers move, depends on my cursor. Okay, maybe move large boxes a little bit and a little bit middle. Let's check one more time. Okay. Oops. Some corrections, and okay, let's change delay from the start, maybe 300. Let's test. Yeah, it's better. Okay, now we can replace this component, place to our project, and I forgot for my miss my background and lines. Okay, it will be background logo, move behind. Now duplicate artboard, in prototype tab connect, and move up this section. Let's check settings, on click, let's change to slow and duration 300. Now let's check what we have. Second section, let's go. Oh, we have these lines, and let's go to logos. And you know, when I move my cursor, it's like, you know, all these layers move, depends on the cursor. And now let's check what's wrong with these lines. Sometimes when you have same names for groups, for example on this artboard we will have lines, and it means that all this group with same names will be animated, and sometimes, you know, it works not as you expect. See, we have a lot of problems with these lines, and just let's delete one more time. Let's check. Yeah, when I delete same group with same names, I think it will be Okay. Okay, when we go on this screen it will be, it's better, make it more quicker. Let's check. Let's change from slow to easy and out, and maybe 2000. Yeah, it's better. Okay. Now let's move these layers. Maybe button go down and lines from our parallax like this. Let's check. Nice. But you know, I don't really like slow. Make more interesting effect. Let's try slow one more time, and maybe 2000. Okay, let's add flow starting point for this artboard. It will be a logo animation. Let's check. Yeah, it looks better. Okay. Okay, and you know, for more interesting effect, let's add video behind these boxes. Let's copy our video from first screen. Let's find out where is it. Background lines, copy, paste on previous screen, resize, and change opacity maybe 40, duplicate, and move maybe right here. Then copy these videos, paste on last screen, and maybe move a little bit to the left. And maybe change opacity. And resize. Okay, now let's see what we have. This is first screen, going down, rotation. Now I have hover when we go with mouse, then go next to this part and kind of mouse movement, and these videos on background works perfectly. Maybe we can, you know, even make it more bigger, maybe like this. Okay, and yes, it's better. Okay, this is final result. I hope you like this tutorial. Don't be shy, subscribe so you don't miss any videos, any tutorials. Have a nice day and see you next time.